Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. Today we are back in FortressCraft Evolved. We've got a lot of work to do. We have been, for the last couple episodes, working quite a bit on scaling up our hivemind farm and farming resin so that we can get more missile defenses going. We have successfully done that. If I look, at least for the regular missiles, or those are the plasma imbued. I actually got 100 in this hopper, but for the basic missiles, I've got 100 in every hopper pretty consistently. This is staying, these are staying full. The imbued ones take a little bit longer to fill up, so we may need to scale up that production. But I do always seem to have some imbued on hand, so we'll see. The challenge is, as we've been scaling up the factory, our threat rating has gone through the roof. Right now, it is showing in the bottom left that the threat rating is just under 15,000. When I last checked it, the hub just got destroyed, I don't know, a little while before starting this episode. That threat rating was over 17,000. So I think 20,000 is the max, at which point, if you can withstand that, then you can build to your heart's content. It's not going to get worse. That's my understanding. I could be mistaken on that. I don't know when we build the orbital power transmitter stuff to take out the overminds, if the attacks get even worse, like worse than once you've hit the 20,000 threat rating or not. That I'm not sure on. I'm assuming once we hit 20,000, if we can hold it off, we're in good shape. What we need to do, we're not holding it off now, even with all of these basic missiles at 100. What we need to do is a couple things. I want to still ramp up production in our hivemind farm, and I've done some work over there already. We'll go over there here in a second and see what's there, but we have plenty more work to do. And then we need to distribute more of these missiles to more rocket launchers. And we talked about how to do this not too long ago, maybe a couple episodes ago. I don't think power is going to be the issue if we leverage our existing power underneath. I don't think we have to add new pyrothermic generators and things. I think what we can do is just, let's see, these are missiles. We need more launchers, basically. How could we do this easy with power? I mean, I could obviously put power down, put a solar panel on top, put 2 missile launchers, on either side of the power, and just make sure I've got hoppers and missiles feeding. Again, I'm thinking mainly of scaling up these basic missiles. The other thing we could do also is I've got all of these stingers, pristine stingers, 1,600 pristine stingers. We can make these higher powered missiles even more powerful, like way more powerful, if we started making use of those stingers. But first, let's amp up these lower powered ones. And should we do that now? I guess we can do something easy at first. How do we want to do this? I've got such crazy belt logic down here, but I gotta be careful not to mess things up. And it's a little crowded this way too. Let's see. That's a belt, so I have to build on top of this. I guess this can have a block. Nope. There's my center mouse button problem I keep talking about. And I don't have organic detritus on me, so let's just use a regular block. Come on. There we go. And let's do this. Let's experiment a bit. I'm going to put another hopper down just to collect missiles, because we are producing more basic missiles. And then what I want to do is tap into the power that's underneath this thing. And I'm just trying to think of a good way to do that. Let's put in a power storage block here. Bam. And then we're going to have another missile launcher here. I'm just so close to all this mess. What about... Still thinking this through. I want to be able to have more than just 2 missile launchers. So I'm trying to think right now of a scalable design. I could just run power blocks underneath here, a whole bunch. That would simplify the power routing. But it's kind of an expensive way to go. So for example, if I put power block here, then I can immediately put a launcher right there. Let's do that just for the heck of it. We're going to do some experimenting. Okay, missile turrets. We're going to need a bunch of these. Let's do 8.
Crafting.
8 to get us started. And like I said, we're still gonna ramp up our fuel production and all that too. So those 2 can pull off the same hopper. I suppose I could do 4 on each end here. Maybe that's enough? That would mean more power storage blocks. What about... Yeah, it's just a little crazy here. I feel like I'm wasting power storage blocks, but maybe it's fine. Again, this is prototype design. I know I just threw away that storage block. Not too worried about it. Boom. 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 I could even throw some turrets down here to take advantage of that power if I wanted to. I don't want to drain those, though, I don't think. Kind of want to make sure these missile launchers have what they need. So that is... You can see these hoppers are both full. And now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missile launchers kind of in a cluster. These higher powered ones... We could do... How could we do these? We could do something similar. I could do... Now, this is not going to be as often an issue, but we could still do it. Not as often an issue where these things actually run out. We could do power here. I need to have a hopper and power. I guess I could put 2 hoppers next to each other. What if we did power there, normal block here, just another hopper, and another missile launcher over this way. Let's see. So that one... Not gonna load. No missiles loaded. This guy has missiles. Are you not gonna share your missiles? These should start sharing, right? Add and remove. Add and remove. Okay, now I'm a little confused. Hoppers next to each other usually start distributing their contents evenly. And this one, for some reason, doesn't want to. What's going on here, fellas? Storage full. I'm missing something. Can't touch this hopper. That's a vacuum hopper. We don't want to mess with that. Why are why are these not sharing? Why are you not sharing? Add and remove. Vacuum's off. That's really strange. That's really strange. Come on. These should be sharing their inventories unless something's bugged. Come on, I don't want to take these out. Let's plunk these out. drop them back in and see if these guys start to share. It's interesting. We don't have that issue over here because that's belt fed. We may have to do something goofy. I'm limited on actually what I can do goofy because I don't want to run a belt there. I guess what I could do, this is not, I don't like this at all, but it may be my only option. I don't know why these aren't sharing if it's some special thing, but okay, now they're sharing. I don't like that at all, but we might be stuck with that. And maybe these special imbued missiles just do not want to share across hoppers. We can solve it that way. It's gonna be stubborn. We will find our workaround. So that's gonna allow for much stronger defenses. Is it pretty? Not real pretty. I don't want to starve out the power. I could leverage these and put laser turrets there, but I really don't want to drain the power. Missiles are kind of the most important part of our defense right now. I want to keep those going. Now I'm just kind of trying to study this so I can duplicate it everywhere. How do we do it? We put another hopper here. Let's see if this one shares its imbued missiles. Got 23. Doesn't want to share. What we could do, you know what? Wait a second. Wait a minute. Okay, let's do this. Hold up. Hold up. Let's not do that. Let's just minimally share so we can maximize the likelihood that both hoppers stay full. I don't need a huge supply. I just need enough for these to feed the launchers in time. So that guy, let's get rid of this one. I don't mind having this hopper full, but these supplementary ones don't need to be big. Especially for the imbued ones, since we're only running 2 missile launchers. Let's do that. Then we're going to have to do the goofy belt thing. Don't know why, but must be, unless I'm tired and I'm missing something obvious. But I'll do it. Play your game. And let's pop down. What the heck was that about? Boom. Sorry, scroll wheel issue. So that's that. And then these guys, I gotta go look and see how I did it. Try to get it. It's not pretty, but it is functional. So straight back towards the hub, we just have a belt and another hopper, full hopper this time because we have a lot of stuff feeding off of it. That is where? Here. We'll ramp this up, then hopefully we can get over to the hivemind farm and not spend all day doing this. Boom, storage hopper. And then I ran power, what, next to this? Right? And we basically added 4 more missile launchers. One right next to the hopper. Let's see. I hate using all these power storage blocks, but it's not the end of the world. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Did I go all the way around? I must have. Doop, doop. Doop. That goes there. I'm obviously going to need more missile launchers here. I think this is what I did, right? I have no idea where that one went. Probably underneath somewhere. That might be it right there. I'll leave it. Okay, then we're gonna feed another missile launcher off of this hopper. Boom. And then we'll put 2 more here. I just need to make more. So what do we do? We're adding... How many did we add per? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We're adding 5 missile launchers to each corner. 4 for basics and 1 for that. So I need 10 for these 2 ones we haven't gotten. Do 10. 11, 12, it looks like. Let's get those. 12 more. These are not expensive.
Rafting.
That should be all we need. That hopper is filling up. Good. This should help because these things take a while to reload. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basic missile launchers and 2 imbued. And like I said, our imbued supply is a little low. We may do something clever to add at least one of the Stinger powered ones. I gotta figure that out yet. I haven't decided. This guy we do. Oh man, this is gonna take me a while. Just because it's kind of getting a little convoluted. Alright, so this one, I just have a new hopper right next to the old one. Right, bam, and then I gotta do this goofy thing with the belts. Because it doesn't seem to want to share contents. And then we ran power immediately behind this, right? 3 power storage block. Might be able to get away with the other ones, but I'm gonna go Cadillac style here for our missile defenses. Okay, so even with that one only has 8 because we're just using a logistics hopper that holds 2. These 2 can still reload. That's why we're doing that. I'm gonna have an abundance of these basic missiles, so it's a little different situation here. What did we do? We belted. I suppose I could have had these share. Well, let's stick with the design we got. I could have had these just... I'm picking the wrong thing every time. I could have just had these share a hopper and done that same goofy belt thing, and then made this a little more compact. But I'm gonna stick with what I've got. Yeah, just to be consistent. I don't want to redo them. So power, 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 power. That's a lot. Boom, boom, boom. Could we replace some of this with solar panels? We really could, right? Solar panel right here. And right here. But man, it's just getting so ugly. The design is getting very ugly. That's probably my biggest problem. Yeah, I'm not crazy about this. But it's going to meet the need. I really want to just stop the abuse of our hub. Let's see what I can do here. Can I make power storage blocks that I need?
Crafting.
Alright, one last corner to do. Let's see how these guys are doing. Yeah, that guy still has 100, and this guy's going to fill up. So that's nice. Okay, towards the hub. Last little corner here. This particular step, I have no idea why it's required. Like I said, maybe I'm tired and I'm missing something obvious. Doesn't seem like that should be necessary. Could even put a missile launcher right in the middle there. and just a laser transmitter just shooting power straight into it, and then it can just be like the wild card. It can pick whoever's got missiles. Should we do that? Sure what I mean. Let's do it. Why not? We need 4 more missile launchers. I've got one on me still. What did I miss? Did I miss one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I count one? Ooh, check it out. And now we're taking it to him. That's 5 and... Oh! I didn't do this one yet. I think I checked. Need another imbued over here. Bam. Okay, now let's get 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I've got plenty of transmitters, don't I? Sure. Can I use more of those? I'll show you what I was thinking of doing. Right there, in between hoppers, right there, full of missiles. Doesn't matter which one this guy grabs. Just take one, but you need power. And I think I've got an abundance of power. There we go. Hopefully, yeah, that makes sense. You can see what I'm doing here. It is a spot right there. Jam this in. All right, I see some more missiles launching than we had before. That's got to be a good sign, right? Bam, and you get a little power. There it goes. Last one. Boom. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now that is substantially ramped up. We added, I think, 6 per. So we added 24. Whereas before we had 12, now we've got 36 missile launchers. And you can see they're doing the job. Oh man, look at those things go. Again, I still have to do the stingers. We got to think about that. Hopefully I won't forget. It's not going to be this episode. Let's get over to the hivemind farm and I'll show you a little bit what I've done. It'd be interesting to see if our hub gets destroyed as fast. We have lots of stuff to ramp up, but one of the issues we were having over here at the hivemind farm was keeping all of our ablators and things fueled. We scaled up real nice on the far side here, and then we were seeing that they weren't getting fuel, so things weren't running, and our resin wasn't getting liquefied and refined just for lack of fuel. So what have I done? Last episode, this is new here. You'll see that in a second. Don't look. Last episode, way over here, we found a couple of really big coal deposits, and we started kind of setting up mining for this. You remember there was a huge mountain here, or over I don't know, a bunch of land on top of us. And so I've been kind of chewing that away, half just for fun and half so that I can get access to the sunlight so I can run solar panels. And I've been just using these particular auto excavators to do that for us. I don't need to move them all right now. I can do that between episodes or something. And then we tapped into this coal deposit here first. And I've got 2 belts coming out. And in between episodes, I just loaded up plasma cutter heads. So this should run for a good long time and get us the maximum output from this coal deposit. And this one's pretty good size. 1.132 million coal left. And we'll get, I think, every nugget of that with the drill heads. So we have 2 saturated belts of coal so far. I've got another 2 belts. I think that will be saturated right here. I haven't run them yet, but there's another big coal deposit here. We can look at this one if I can scan it. Here's another one at 1.4. It's even bigger. I've got this all set up to mine. Again, 2 distinct belts coming off of this. And I'm just running 3 mining drills. And then I've got these guys loaded up with cutter heads too. So we should get every little drop of coal out of that. All this is going to power the hive mind. Then as you saw, we walked by this. I've got some banks just infusing all that coal. This one might have more than we need. We'll see. We may be able to... but look at it. It is really going. So it's... You can see these belts moving. And we have not scaled up all the way yet with our ablaters and stuff. So what I did is... And we're going to do one more of these. But these first 2 columns of ablaters and liquefiers... I've already converted over to the new source of infused coal. You can see it's just coming off of the infuser stations here. Boom and boom. Makes its way over our belt that's delivering the refined liquid resin back into the factory. We hop over that belt. And then we have to do a little bit of a wiggle down here at the base to get to where we need to go. And then we're feeding the storage hopper kind of right behind this hopper. Once that's fed, there's a belt that feeds the one next to it and those 2 hoppers. So this is all getting fed off of this belt of infused coal coming in, this whole station. And then we just go up and meet up with the next pair of hoppers. They transfer material over to the right and up. And so these 2, and it's the same exact thing here. Same exact thing for this column. And we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4 stations each running on those 2 columns. These hoppers should be just about... Everybody should be full. Yeah. So we are now supplying adequate fuel, at least for those 2. And right now, we're gonna convert this guy over to the new source of coal. And we'll grab another belt. We may need to... Yeah, we're gonna have to set up another... infusing kind of station, but I want to show you inside what's going on here. We are, you know, kind of beating back some of the resin, but there is plenty. So I think it is getting refilled by our hivemind agitator. So hopefully these ablaters and things will continue to stay productive. I think they will. We're still, even with what we've got, what, 4, 8, 12. And I think these are actually saturated now from the other supply of coal, but we're going to convert. We're going to move off of that. We're going to change this. Yeah, but even with all these stations, plus the ones on the other side of the hivemind farm, we're not exactly seeing a saturated belt of refined liquid resin come off of here. It's much more than we had, but I want to scale this up a lot. I want lots of... jet fuel, and this is like the key ingredient. So let's get on it and see if we can get through this. I might have to chew away at this guy a little bit. Let's take this back just a hair, and then we'll start running belts and set up our infusing station. I'll just drain my internal battery doing this for a second, and then we'll go do other things while we recharge. But I think I want this copper out of my way. I've got so much copper. So many copper deposits yet to mine. Just in the first 30 meters of our fortress, I don't really need to worry about mining this inefficiently, I don't think. Alright, that's enough. I don't want to wait for recharge, so we'll move on to other things. This needs to come out 3 more blocks. Let's do it. Oops, I think that's too much. Yeah, that is where our little wall ends. Okay. And the way this is set up, we can do do some of this. Boom, boom, boom. And this is a little different than I've done it in the past. I gotta get more. Need more of these. We'll get more. Something like this. With power thermic generators in the middle. Not too worried about their alignment right now. Boom. Boom. And these slots are going to help power the infusers and the enrichers, the coal enrichers. I don't know that I need the full stack. Like this guy. We'll see. We'll see. Let's just set it up so we can do it. Do need to go get more of the basic power storage blocks. Let me place this stuff so that I know I need more when I go to craft some things. We'll get more power thermic generators. And then I had to do something kind of clever over here. I don't know if I showed this last episode or not, but hoppers, basic hoppers, when they transport materials, they introduce a little delay. These priority splitters don't introduce a delay, so I've started to leverage these. I'm not crazy about this. I've mentioned it several times. I wish there was a hopper that was faster. The turntable, I think, is even worse or slower than logistics hoppers or regular storage hoppers. It's kind of splitting a belt. There's probably a better solution, but this seemed to clear up the bottleneck and keep everybody fed. That's why I went with that. Let's see. We can actually run this belt. We know where it needs to go. There, right? That's our belt. We just need to tap into one of our new coal lines here. In the back. Oh, I used work floor excavators to carve out a bunch. We'll get rid of all this stuff too. This blight of soft resin. I use auto excavators just to clear that out for looks. And I went way too far already. Let's bring a belt of this coal out. You can maybe go first. We can always change these later. How about use this belt first? Again, normally I wouldn't bother with plasma cutter heads on coal since we have a lot, but this coal is located in a really great spot for our hivemind farm. Our hivemind farm is going to be around for a real long time. But I'd like to make that deposit last as long as I can. That's why I'm using the cutter heads, and I got a bunch of them. Alright, now we're going to eventually have to get some equipment. I can run some belts. Should I bother with that? Let's not. Let's get a bunch of power storage blocks. Need 4, 8, 12, 16, call it 20. And I need a whole bunch of infusers and stuff. We're probably not going to have the resource to do it. All my batteries charged. Let me chew back this copper. I know it's going to be in my way. We'll just use up some of our stored battery for this, and then we'll teleport back to the hub, buy some infusers and enrichers. And get this going. I don't know if we'll be able to route this all the way to the hivemind farm or not this episode. There's a fair amount of work to do. If not, we'll pick it up next episode. So we'll get done what we can get done. A little more battery life, and Arthur looks like he's charging me up, so I'm going to use it. Alright, now he's starting to have a hard time keeping up with my lasering. Alright, good enough. I don't want to wait. To the hub. Let's take a look at our threat rating while we're over here, too. We're under attack. Okay, it's making a liar out of me. Now it says 16,150. I've got ore on me now, copper ore. I'm just going to dump that off into these hoppers. Let's see, should be right here. Boom, boom. Just going to turn it into ingots for me. We needed 20 of these basics. How about 25? Done. And then we're going to need, I know from experience, these macerators for the infusers and the enrichers. I need 25. Let's start with 12.
Crafting.
And see how far that gets us, if we can even make what we need here. Enrichers, I'm going to come up short maybe on these pristine phosphorescent glands. That's another thing we need to do, man. I'm wasting so many bug parts.
Crafting.
Okay, infusers.
Crafting.
Ooh, crystal clocks is another thing. Crystal clocks is another thing we need to get automated soon. I'll show you. I've been kind of handcrafting those for manually feeding hoppers, and it's no bueno. I'm tempted to run over here and just get parts because we're running low on bug parts. Let's go head over this way and just take a look. Pick up some parts. Missiles are doing the job. Look at that. 3 times 75,000. More 75,000 hits. But yeah, how are we going to collect all these bug parts? I really got to expand our bug part collection system and extend the platform here. I must have had tunnel nukers coming through here, tearing up my platform and dropping a bunch of soft resin. A lot of these parts down here are pristine because they've been sitting here for a while. We'll get some before they all expire. Go down here and get some more while we're doing this. Bit of a distraction. But you can see I'm picking up mostly pristine. And that's because these have been sitting here for quite a while. They do despawn. Bunch over here. Look at that. All pristine stuff that we're just missing. They don't have good bug part collection set up yet over here. Oh man, so much to do. But that's why I love this game. There's a lot to do, and for me it has not gotten tedious at all. Let's take a look. I got a... Oh, look at all that crystal I got. I'll show you. I've got a bunch of crystal here. Oh, it's pathetic. But sometimes when I'm done playing, a session I'll go fetch a bunch of crystal and then feed my manual crystal clock setup. It's pretty pathetic. Am I near the ironworks by any chance? I think I might be. I'm going off on tangents here. I'm going to go collect some, just while we're here, I'm going to collect some gears. This is another thing that I probably should put into mass storage, but I've just got temporarily all these hoppers down here storing up gears, and then I come by and grab them. Need those for crafting. Occasionally I come up short. Should be in good shape now. All right. Yeah, we're going to go to... I can even take a little shortcut here. Oh. And we're going to dump off all this crystal. Got it on my hotbar right there. Here's my crystal clock automation. It's pretty pathetic. And I would like to get a proper factory set up and routing of crystal clocks into mass storage arrays. But I don't have that set up yet, so this is my temporary solution. And it's slightly embarrassing, but it works. In fact, I must have already filled this up. I've got too much on me. It's going to take up my inventory, too. Oh, well. Sort by type. Let's go... I'm going to dump a few things here. just to create a little inventory space. A little bit of soft resin, a little bit of that, rubble or whatever that is, and then some organic matter. I've got some parts. I'm gonna drop off bug parts, then we're gonna go get back to infusing coal. Sorry for the big long distraction. But this is kind of how I play when I'm between episodes. Just trying to multitask like crazy and get as much done as I can. Get all this out of here. I gotta remember I can, I've got a bunch of plasma imbued missiles. We should drop those off in a hopper up there. They don't do us any good. I can't throw them. They need to go in a missile launcher, so we should pop those up in one of them. Won't be too hard. I hope we can get at it. That's got 100. This guy's got 15. Let's do that. Okay, that's done. Oh, we can teleport over to our hivemind farm. Do that. It's down here. Farm. Boom. Speed things up a little bit. All right, here we are. Let's get our storage blocks in here. Boom, boom. Okay, it might be easier just doing the top row like this and then doing the bottom row. That's all good. Route our coal. I'm going to start from the far side. Take out this. I got some coal here too. I can opportunistically harvest and just feed into the line. Okay. That's good. Let's bring this belt all the way down. Come on down. All right. And then I think that's... No. That's not right. We got to go over one more. Shoot, 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 shoot. Okay, I'll adjust the belt later between episodes, but we need to be one block over from where we are. But for the purposes of this episode, we're just going to do it like that. Let's go. Boom. 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 And then we've got hoppers down here at this side. They seem to work okay. And at the end of the line here, they don't cause bottlenecks too much. Then we got belt, whoop, belt going up, belt going up. I think we grabbed 6 of each type, infusers and enrichers, so I should probably go 6. Okay. And then belt here. 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 Okay. And we got our enrichers. Where are those? There we go. I think these can be positioned any way, but I've been doing them this way, so I'll try to stay consistent. And then we got our infusers. That one's going to be a little tricky to place. Did it take? Can't even tell. I can't tell. It's obviously there. Looks like it's in the right orientation. Back a bit. Okay, that looks good. And now we got to do something a little goofy to get power to the backside here. We've got hoppers. Hopper. Let's do, like I said, these 3 banks initially. And we need belts. Belt. And then I'm going to take a quick gander at the one over here. Okay, one, then another hopper. Belt going down. Come on. Hopper. 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 Just make sure I didn't lose any. All right, now it's a little crazy. It's the same kind of issue using one of these splitters to speed things up, priority splitters. So let's see how I did it. Looks like I got a priority splitter rather here. And that it looks like the orientation. And then as our refined stuff comes out, be a little tricky with the belt work here. Maybe not too bad. This is all the infused coal coming out. We're going to need to kind of prime the pump, so to speak. I've got a bunch of infused coal in my inventory, so I'm going to prime the pump. Basically, just these 2 bottom ones need to be filled. That's going to kickstart production. And then I want to send in the priority splitter, because some of this needs to feed the infusing station itself, and then the rest is going to go feed our hivemind farm. That's the whole kind of point of having it. Get a bit more of this out of here opportunistically since we're standing right next to it. A little bit of elbow room. Okay. Into the priority splitter, and it doesn't really matter which one's priority. The goal is to have these belts saturated all the time, so I'm not too concerned. I'm just using it as a fast splitter, not really using the priority functionality. I had to do something a little goofy here just because it's going to dump out up top. The priority splitter will. I got to start with a belt like that. Then I go down here. Then I go across. Okay, and now that should self-fuel it, or be self-fueling. We want to run this belt back. Bam. Bam. And let's wrap this episode here. What we're going to do next episode is we'll finish running the coal, the infused coal up the side here, and then we're going to get rid of this belt of infused coal that's going up. This is kind of, this supply of infused coal that's coming up is coming from our main supply in our base. We've actually got a couple belts doing it. But I'm going to cut that off. We'll see what we can do about it. I think we can make enough of our own coal for the hivemind out here that we don't need to worry about taking it from the main base. And that'll just help saturate the belts that are in the base. So yeah, this thing is pumping. Looks like everybody is wiggling around doing their infusing and enriching. Although I see lag here. They're just waiting to fill up. These will fill up eventually with coal. They're starting to backfill all these hoppers. That's why these ones aren't running consistently. That should saturate. If not, we'll add more mining drills. I don't think we're gonna need to. I've got 3 mining drills feeding each of these 2 belts. I think that's going to be just fine. With the cutter heads, they improve the extraction rate. I don't know, see if we can get at one. Can we get at a drill to even see? No, they're all totally encased here. But yeah, that's it for this episode. We will pick it up next episode. We'll take a look at the threat rating when we get back to the hub, and then we'll finish with this this coal infusing station. I'm not sure if we're going to need to add more or not. We've got, you know, some of this laid out if we want to, if we need to. We'll see once this thing gets all kind of caught up. We may need to scale that up once we add, it looks like we've got, what, 6 more harvesting stations or modules, I call them, that we can put on this one wall alone, and then we can tap into these side walls as well and do the same thing. So we're going to need to run more lines of coal supply. We're probably going to need to amp up these infusing stations so that these belts are just constantly moving. But we'll get to that next episode. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Special thanks, as always, to Glidercat patrons and channel members. Your contributions keep this channel alive, and I deeply, deeply appreciate it. Also, thanks to those of you that have given the videos a thumbs up. That helps get exposure for this series, and that's a good thing. There's not a lot of FortressCraft Evolved content on YouTube right now, and I'm kind of shocked. It's a pretty awesome game. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next episode.